Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second installment of Open Channel, a celebration of creative journalism and storytelling from the next generation of student voices shaping the future of media. In our first episode, students of the Journalism and Media Production Graduate Program explored new ways to inform, inspire, and entertain. Tonight, that spirit continues, but with a new challenge. This time, students created not one, but two original works. One, an artistic exploration, bringing their creative voices to their work, and the other is a more traditional approach to journalism to show their professional skill set. Over the past several weeks, these Sacred Heart students have written, filmed, edited, and refined their projects, experimenting with form, tone, and emotion, all while pushing the boundaries of what storytelling can be. Tonight's collection reminds us why media matters, because it helps us see, feel, and understand the world in new ways. So sit back, relax, and enjoy an evening filled with artistic expression and innovation.
Alexandra Maxwell's project explores what it means to have faith as a young adult in today's world. In her piece, Alexandra sits down with two members of the Sacred Heart Ministry to better understand how their beliefs shape their daily lives and what being religious really looks like in our modern generation.
At the heart of Sacred Heart University lies more than just academics and campus life. There's a spiritual core that has guided students for decades. Founded in 1963, Sacred Heart was established as the first Catholic university in the United States to be led and staffed primarily by lay people. From the beginning, it has carried a mission rooted in the Catholic intellectual tradition, fostering not only knowledge, but compassion, service, and faith. The campus ministry at Sacred Heart is a vibrant and inclusive space that welcomes students of all backgrounds. Located right on campus, it serves as a place of worship, reflection, service, and community. Here, students can grow in their faith, explore their spirituality, and form a deeper relationship with God, whether they were raised in a religious household or are just beginning to ask deeper questions. Campus ministry offers daily mass, retreats, service trips, and small groups focused on faith and fellowship. It's more than just a place. It's a support system, a spiritual home away from home. But what does faith mean to students today? In an age often defined by doubt, distraction, and division, what role does Catholicism play in the lives of young adults? Graduate student Alexandra Maxwell sat down with two students to hear their personal stories.
Catholic to me means putting God at the center of my life and always remembering him even when life gets chaotic or mundane.
It's more of what you make of your relationship and how you talk to God kind of when no one's there.
People often view it as a list of things you shouldn't do, rather a list of things that you should do. And that portrays a negative light on it.
True Catholics, I feel like, are more tolerant and understanding of others because that's what we're called to do. We're supposed to love one another.
And I feel like so often if you tell somebody that you're Catholic, or even if you're just religious in general, they'll make 1,000 assumptions about you just because you have that one title in front of you.
I really opened up to a person and told them about my journey with faith, and they're like looking at me with their mouth open, like baffled. I'm like, no, okay.
And I think it comes down to you can't force them to be religious, but they also can't force me to turn my back on religion.
I believe in it. If you don't want to, if you don't, you don't have to. But me personally, I'm going to still go to church. I'm still going to pray when I'm by myself or when I'm with others. And I'm just going to live out what I believe God means to me.
I think the biggest challenge is the word can have such complex language. And I can read it 3 times and be like, what the heck did I just read?
And so it's kind of like just looking at the different versions and seeing what I personally believe, because there are so many different translations of the Bible.
And I think then people are quick to judge because they don't know exactly what it's saying. They just take it as its face value.
In a world that's constantly changing, the campus ministry at Sacred Heart University remains a steady reminder that faith still matters.
Where I am today might not be exactly where I predicted, but it's where God predicted, and knowing that and having the community along the way to fall back on and be like, where is God working in my life? Because it might not be what you originally thought.
It's more of building a stronger relationship with God with people who are already in the faith, and then inviting people to explore, see what they believe.
It's so nice to see God's grace working in all of us in a similar stage of life.
For them, Catholicism isn't about perfection, it's about finding purpose in the chaos of young adulthood.
I've seen a difference in my life when God is the center and when I haven't done so well at doing that, which allows me to better see the worth in each day, each week, and the people that I'm around, and know that your situation can in an instant change, but no matter what, you have God to fall back on.
Like, if I don't question God, I feel like then I'm failing my religion. Not in a mean sense, but like, being like, because we're human, we can only understand so much.
Whether you're a lifelong believer or simply searching for meaning, Sacred Heart's campus ministry invites you to explore the journey, because a relationship with God isn't outdated, it's timeless. For many students here, it's the most fulfilling part of their college experience.
I just say God saved me. That's all I say. I was in such a dark place. Like, I hope nobody goes there, but God saved me. That's why it matters. I mean, if you don't believe it, there's only so much I can do. But I know for me, like, my faith is everything to me. So I'll keep living it out.
Lolita, a classic novel but misunderstood. In this piece titled The Consequences of Lolita, Brian Lupo looks at how we fail to recognize young girls as sexual assault victims by analyzing Lolita's marketing and its disturbing connection to Jeffrey Epstein.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brian Lupo. I'm here to talk about the failure of society to recognize young girls as victims of sexual abuse. To start that discourse, I will discuss how the novel and movie Lolita have been marketed and the consequences of said marketing. The novel Lolita is a story of how the girl, whose real name is Dolores, is preyed upon by her older stepfather, Herbert. The book tells us this type of behavior is dangerous. Originally, the cover of the novel was a plain green text, but later on, numerous publishers and movie posters showed us a sexualized 12-year-old Lolita, has led to thinking she is the predator and the stepdad was the victim. Now, with that false sense, society has let people like Jeffrey Epstein run around and traffic girls to witch clienteles, and to add to this irony, to a tragic situation, his favorite novel was Lolita, and his private jet was nicknamed the Lolita Express by inhabitants of the Virgin Islands. Now to end with something to think about, the whole Epstein thing has gotten to the point that the President of the United States is covering up his relationship with the trafficker. It comes to mind all this could have been prevented if we would not fed a false narrative of young girls being too sexy to be victims of sexual abuse.
It's one of Connecticut's most mysterious landmarks, the Penfield Reef Lighthouse. After years of failed auctions, it's finally been sold. Chimani Hurd shows us why this beacon continues to capture local curiosity.
I'm Chimani Hurd reporting from Fairfield County. Just over a mile off the coast sits Penfield Reef Lighthouse, built in 1874. It is listed as Connecticut's historic treasures, but behind its flashing red lights lie stories of shipwrecks, ghosts, and dreams that never quite come true. Built in 1874 in the then popular Second Empire style, Penfield was meant to solve a deadly problem. The reef stretching out from Fairfield Beach had claimed so many vessels it earned the nickname the Blue Line Graveyard. For sailors, this lighthouse became a lifeline. But the lighthouse itself wasn't free from tragedy. In December 1916, keeper Frederick Jordan drowned while trying to row home for Christmas. His assistant later claimed he saw Jordan's ghost, a glowing figure, moving through the keeper's quarters. Nearly a century later, some still call Penfield one of the Connecticut's haunted landmarks. Haunted or not, the government has been trying to sell the lighthouse since 2011. 5 times an auction ended with a winning bid, and 5 times the buyers walked away before signing. Restoration costs, submerged land leases, and storm damage have made Penfield a tough sale. But for people here in Fairfield, the lighthouse is more than a real estate listing. It's a chance to imagine. Some see it as the ultimate getaway.
I'd use it as a getaway since it's very isolated. Obviously, it's like right in the ocean. The views are nice. So yeah, it'll be a really great, serene little getaway.
Others dream a little bigger.
I would make it into, I would do like a large dock system around it so we could have a restaurant and boats could come up and everybody could come in and invite themselves and then swim around the area and just eat, drink, have fun, music. And since you're so far in the middle of the water, there's not much people are going to tell you no, you know.
And then there are ideas you won't find in any real estate broker.
Probably make it like a Pilates studio, like outlooking the water.
From ghost stories to grand plans, Penfield Reef Lighthouse has outlasted storms, shipwrecks, and stalled auctions. Its beacon still flashes red each night, guiding boats past the reef, even if its future remains uncertain. Other Connecticut lighthouses, like the Green Ledge Lighthouse in Norwalk, have already been restored and reimaged to host events. Proof that history can find new purpose. And with Penfield now sold once again, its history may finally be ready for a new chapter. Who bought it and what they'll do with it? For now, that remains a mystery. But if history is any guide, Penfield has a way of surprising us. I'm Chumani Hurd, reporting from Fairfield County News.
Education shapes more than what we know. It shapes who we become. It's the foundation that gives every child a chance to grow, dream, and build a better future. Yet for many students, especially in low-income communities, that opportunity isn't always equal. In this story, Michael Castellano talks about why education matters, the challenges students face, and how teachers and schools can make a lasting difference.
Every morning, classrooms across the country fill with energy, potential, and possibility. Behind every desk, every hallway, and every lesson, there's a story. A story about opportunity, a story about what education can do. Education is one of the most important foundations in life. It's not just about learning math, reading, science, social studies. It's about giving every student a chance for a better future. That's why schools, especially in low-income communities, matter so much. When I was growing up, I didn't have to worry about such tributes. I had a mother who would pack me a lunch or give me money for food that I could get at school. But for some of our students here, they don't get that privilege from entering the education stratosphere. I've been able to be opened up to a lot of these new opportunities and experiences that a lot of these students struggle with, but they keep it to themselves. Schools are so critical in this child's well-being and not just their academics. It shapes students to be who they are and how they will act in the future. Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with Professor Gold of Sacred Heart University to talk about education, what it means, why it matters, and how it continues to shape the future for students everywhere. Why do you think education is so important? And with that, why should we go to college? Because I always hear a lot of people, even just in college right now, even seniors thinking, oh, I should have not gone to college, or parents saying that they shouldn't go to college. And just it's become more of a wide known thing because we see people using examples as Steve Jobs never went to college, but it's also a very rare occurrence. So what's your thought process on that?
First answer to the question, the first thing I could say about that is, what is education for? And education is a system by which we learn from other people's mistakes. And everybody made mistakes before us, and then they put them into textbooks, and then they try and teach younger folks how not to make those mistakes, how to learn from those things that have been done before, and then try and synthesize new ways of doing things. So education is really about passing down knowledge.
Education is one of the most important foundations in life. It's not just about learning math, reading, science, social studies. It's about giving every student a chance for a better future. That's why schools, especially in low-income communities, matter so much. It's not just about learning math, reading, science, social studies. It's about giving every student a chance for a better future. That's why schools, especially in low-income communities, matter so much.
In a K-12 situation, a public school is a very different animal because it's about certification, it's about the process, it's about moving on to get your master's degree after 5 years. It's got a lot of regimentation to it. You're unionized, you've got requirements, you've got a set school day, things like that. In the private sector or the private schools, those things can be there, but they can also be, kind of not. So you have to look at how the school is accredited and what their process is. So it is a different thing. It's not all the same requirements for people teaching in private schools as it is for public schools.
Resources might be stretched in a lot of these communities that are low income. Private schools can also, of course, provide a safer and more secure environment for learning and just for life in general. There might be these low income counties and districts and cities that a big thing with them being low income is that they might be high crime. So with it being a private school, we'll have that much more need of security, not just around other people, but with themselves as well. They'll be able to focus on a lot of these students more individually and give parents hope that their child will have the opportunity to succeed. When growing up, if I had trouble in my elementary school as a public school student, I did not have the capabilities of asking for help. I would just have to struggle silently and keep moving. As a private school teacher, at where I work, we'll have other assistant teachers who can come in and pull the student aside and take them to a different room and break down the work word by word, problem by problem, number by number, so the students can actually learn. Because we can see that how important it is for these teachers to be there for the students because they may not have that support at home. It's important that we don't only invest money, but time into our students, as they are our future, and we need them to have stronger futures, brighter futures. It's not just needed, it's essential. Michael Castellano, Fairfield County News.
You've probably seen those round bruise marks on athletes or on social media, but what's the real story behind them? It's called hijama or cupping therapy, an ancient method that's making a comeback. Join us as Hassan Qadri uncovers how it works and why it's still healing people today.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, my name is Mohammed. I've been practicing hijama since 2018. I'm originally from Tajikistan, and we're doing hijama, we're practicing hijama in United States, we are located in Brooklyn, New York, on East 28. Our full address is 2801 Avenue U, Brooklyn. Let's talk about the most common question, what is hijama? Hijama is very known as a wet cupping therapy. The hijama was practicing before even the nation of Islam in Egypt and China. So the first cup of hijama, the modern hijama, was found in Egypt 400 years ago. And hijama, if we're gonna translate in Arabic, literally means sucks, like suck the blood. Okay, so a lot of people been traveling all around the country to us. The reason why they want to do hijama in our place, first of all, we took the hijama to the next level, which is we modernized it. Before to do the hijama, our customers love to do the Russian traditional sauna, which is gonna prepare the body for the process. It's gonna make your muscles nice and warm. And the second process, we do the wet sauna, which is steam sauna, also traditional sauna. After doing the sauna, we proceed to the next step, which is massage. It's gonna help to break down the muscle tissues, the blood. And after doing the massage, we do the next step, which is gonna be dry cupping. After placing the dry cups, like bamboo cups and glass cups that we use, we can locate where exactly we should do a hijama, where is the inflammation. And after that, we place the cups, plastic cups, anything that we use in our place is disposable. And after placing the cups, we're gonna wait about 5 minutes. We do small incisions. A lot of people give me a very weird question, like a lot of people see on the videos, they're like, how you do the cuts. We just want to know the people that the way that we do cut, we cut the first layer of the skin epidermia. We don't go deep into the tissues. The way how the blood comes is through the suction. So once we place the cup, we do the small incisions, which is like lancet needles size. And after that, we place the cups and we create the vacuum. Once we create the vacuum sucks the blood through the small hole. And it depends if you have any specific illness, if you have any specific disease, so we can help you to remove the symptoms. We have to improve your immune system. For that, every person have a specific time. We have the people who does it every 2 weeks. We have a cancer patients that they would like to clean their blood after doing a chemical procedures. So those people coming at least every week to detox their blood from all the chemicals. So I would recommend to every brothers and sisters, Muslim, non-Muslim, to try the hijama themselves, and they can feel the difference right away. Assalamu alaikum everybody, take care of your health.
An exclusive first look at Fairlife, a brand new series that follows a rideshare driver named Buddy and the unforgettable passengers who step into his car. From emotional stories to laugh out loud moments, Fairlife captures the heart and chaos of everyday life. Pavan Vinod got the chance to sit down with the writer, director, and producer to talk about what makes this upcoming series so unique.
What happens when you bring together drag queens, estranged parents, and people who love to party late night, and one unforgettable driver? You get Fairlife, a brand new web series that takes on a wild, touching, and unpredictable ride through Connecticut's streets. I sat down with the director and producer to talk about what inspired the series and the stories behind it, and what audiences can expect. Here's a sneak peek at our conversation.
Hi, my name is Allie, and I am producer of Fairlife, the web series.
My name is Brian Hogan. I am co-creator with Tyler, wrote the episodes, and I play Buddy, the Uber driver.
And I'm Tyler Sterling. I'm a co-creator of Fairlife as well, and the editor.
Obviously the show hasn't been out yet, and if you had to give the audience a small summary of what the show is and why is it Fairlife before we release it.
It's Fairlife because it's hashtag FARE life, and it's the play on the idea of life being fair or not, but also Buddy having a different fare in the back seat every episode. So it's it's a way to give us a peek inside the lives of different corners of the world that we might not see otherwise, by having all kinds of unique sort of Connecticut walks of life show up in the Uber or the ride share. It's not an Uber.
Yeah.
Right. We have to in the ride share. Uber to Uber. It's not Uber.
Buddy, in real life, what kind of passenger would you guys be?
I would be myself, I guess, which means a people-pleasing cooperator. And I would sit in the back and be like, the temperature's fine, even if I'm sweating. And if motion sick, I won't say anything. Work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of the same. Honestly, I think the character I most identified with was the girl on her way home. And just being quiet in the back seat, I guess in the top of the show. Yeah.
Episode 4.
I most identify with the drag queen, obviously. No, I mean, obviously, yes, because the artist thing, but I think if I was in Buddy's car, I would be freaking out with my 50-pound dog on my lap, trying to go somewhere and console her at the same time as consoling my own anxieties. So yeah.
That was just a glimpse into my conversation with the creators of Fairlife. Stay tuned for the full interview where we dive deeper into the making of this unique series and the lives it brings to the screen.
Thank you for joining us for this celebration of creativity and innovation, proudly presented by the graduate students here at Sacred Heart University's School of Communication, Media, and the Arts. Tonight's showcase isn't just a reflection of what our students have learned, it's a glimpse into the future of storytelling. a future where ideas challenge us, images move us, and voices connect us across boundaries. So thank you for being part of this journey. From the Martiri Center for the Liberal Arts here at Sacred Heart University, I'm Professor Gregory Golda. Thank you for tuning in to Open Channel.